Just a second.
Okay, I don't know if this is a question or if what I'm doing is I'm running it by you to see whether or not I'm correct in my thinking.
Mm-hmm.
In that we talked about the equation of doing the subconscious, and the more subconscious healing you do, the more peace you have in your life.
Mm-hmm.
And I was noting with the number of years that I've been in self growth work and such, that a lot of I've seen a lot of people go and get instead of buying a jacket or a new car or whatever, they go to self growth healing workshops. They
Yeah,
either
they go to
do
workshops.
an
Yeah,
intensive
yeah,
or a
yeah.
session or
Buy the
whatever.
books,
Right.
buy the audio tapes. Sure, sure.
And still get somewhat a temporary fix,
Right.
which appears to be the same as I need that new jacket, and I get the jacket, and then
Sure,
a
sure,
week later it's
sure,
like, well,
sure.
I'm not happy with that. Now I need something else.
All right.
So
What's your poison
how?
kind of thing?
Yeah. So how is that different? For myself, I can answer that in that um, I I you answer it.
All right. Well, so is there a tendency for people who do personal growth? They want to change themselves. They want to fix themselves. They want something different. There's a lot of people out there who might be watching this who have spent lots of money on personal growth and healing books, have attended workshops, have done treatments with psychics and all kinds of healers and palm readers and healers, and they become actually addicted to healing. And I have seen that happen to people, having been in this field for the last 13 years, that the tendency for people is to always be striving for personal growth and striving for peace, but not actualizing it. And so, yes, anything can become just the next fix, the next distraction. And one of the things that I strive for with infinite healing is I really believe that we have techniques that can help people get where they want to be and get off of needing that as those people who like that as a lifestyle. That some people, they like to read books and they like to read audio tapes and they're constantly trying to improve their mind. But if that becomes its own cycle or it becomes its own addiction, then yeah, what you need to do is really look at what am I trying to accomplish by doing these things. And the maybe the most important question to ask is it working? If I read the books and I got the audio tapes and I went to the workshops, did it get me where I needed to go? And to be adamant about this, to really not stop until you get what it is that you're after. And I feel confident in infinite healing as techniques that I've seen myself, having been like that, always looking for where the next something to distract me from myself is going to come from. And I've seen that with a lot of other people as well. And they do these techniques and they finally get what it is they're after. Whether they achieve something and that something finally fulfills some empty place in themselves, or they are able to create the relationship that they want. And another reality is that usually people get what they want and then they find out that they want something else. So there might be a progression to getting what you want. It doesn't mean that what you did before doesn't work, but it might mean that there is a progress and that you need the next step. So, but you really do want to go in and look at what is the next healing workshop for me? What is the next book I should buy? And is it going to get me, am I going to fix the right part of me? Am I going to be addressing mental techniques because I feel like I'm mentally stuck, or I need to perceive things differently? Is it that I don't access enough emotions so I don't feel emotionally alive? Is it that I need to learn how to cry? Is it that I feel Do I have a symptom? Well, if I have a symptom, physical symptom, and I go out and I buy a book, it might help me, but I might need hands-on techniques.
So
If I listen to an audio tape and I need to be more emotional, I got to make sure that the audio tape I'm buying is for that purpose. So yeah, it's good to make sure that you know what it is that you're trying to accomplish with personal growth, with healing.
So that's where you would come in, and that if someone really didn't know where they wanted to go, or if they've had the experience of being in lots of workshops or in lots of self-growth and feel like they haven't gotten what they needed, that you would be a good person to call to
Yeah,
ask, where do I need to go from here, and where am I at, and where am I stuck, or etc.
exactly.
that that you'd be able to help move them on to another space. It's not just let's get another client. Let's get what you need.
I feel very confident that no matter what anybody who might be watching this is trying to achieve, or is trying to heal, or is trying to make happen, even if it seems like I've done all these things and nobody's been able to help me, I like those people. I like working with people who can put me to the test. I like people who have been around healers or have been around personal growth, and so they know their stuff from Shinola, so to speak, and can find out that what I have to offer really does work, and what Infinite Healing has to offer really does work.
I've also heard it said that the more self growth work that you do, the more savvy your
Yeah.
ego or subconscious gets
Yeah.
to avoid specific places. So
Yes.
going to someone like you who's really experienced and who really does enjoy the challenge of working with people who have gone a long way already,
Yeah.
that you're willing to put yourself out there and really make them go for it.
Sure. I like beginners. I like intermediates. I like advanced. And one of the things I love about Infinite Healing is we have technique that you. Some of it involves discussion and going through certain topics, but the techniques themselves allow you to do your own healing, allow you to access your own healing. So conscious connected breathing is designed for you to breathe a certain way, and you get your answers from inside. And so I don't have to do anything except for be witness to a person's healing. And I think that that's the most powerful way to go about it, no matter how savvy the ego gets, or no matter how I might be able to see where it looks like a person is headed. They can do that themselves, and that's the most effective way, is to just let them do these techniques and just be there for them while they're doing that, and they get their own answers and become their own source and become their own guru and their own teacher, and lets me off the hook so that I'm not the only answer person around. We're equally wise and equally savvy, so I feel like we can just help each other. But the techniques do the work.
Okay, well, I feel like you really gave us a good answer with that, and that that would be really helpful for just about anybody.
Great.